Yeah, yeah. Come on, bro. One on all. We ain't got to worry about the money. Baby, we got that. We got that. So we ain't got to worry about the money. Baby, we got that. We got that. So we ain't got to worry about the money. Baby, we got that. We got that. We ain't got to worry about the money. Baby, we got that. Hey, look. Me and you in the pickup truck, in the kissing. Back out, baby, the nigga living. 21st niggas, they always come digging. One more time, and we doing how we living. Hey, bartender, give me one more round. Hey, you know I represent the good uptown. Hands down, these niggas be right. Backyard gonna do y'all right. Hey, look, man, a little bit of dice rolling. All cool. ADP nigga, don't act the fool. One time nigga for my nigga Earl. Put a pole down nigga all around the world. Everything be tight like the speed of light. Big TV, the nigga get you right. But if you play with me, turn out the lights. Little baby, cause you special tonight. I'm tight like. We ain't got to worry about the money. Yeah, we got that. We got that. We ain't got to worry about the money. Baby, we got that. We got that. We ain't got to worry about the money. No. Baby, we got that. We got that. We ain't got to worry about the money. No. We got that. We got that. Yeah. How you think of 501 voice? Think to you know what I mean? Yeah. What's up, Presto? Sweet Dale. That shampoo, huh? Smell that nigga. That was birthday. That's right. That was. Is that right? It's birthday tonight. Yes, it's right. Hey, what you do it, Tim? Nigga. Celebrated nigga Bill birthday. December gangster. Know he got that blue. Know he got to keep it cool, nigga. Yeah. Get her on tight. All you gotta do is grab my hand and hold on. Hold on. So, she okay, yeah. So good to see you, baby. Now time out. Sweet Margaret. What you running, baby? And don't leave us. Money, you ain't gotta worry. Sweet beauty and trees. More time, girl. Right back together. Just let me hold you tight. Don't worry about the problems, believe me. Everything's gonna be alright. We can do for the moment you got to. Whatever turns you on. You're cool, I'm cool, we're cool. You're cool, I'm cool, we're cool, yeah, yeah. So put your worries every day. Oh, no. Put your worries every day. Oh, yeah. Put your worries every day. We can't talk in the world. Hey, Nate. I said that we ain't got to worry about the money. Oh, baby, we got that. We got that. We ain't got to worry about the money. Baby, we got that. We got that. Yeah, we ain't got to worry about the money. We got that. We got that. We got the word on the money. Baby, we got that. Money, man. What they say, huh? 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 Wanna sip rolls, holla at my sis. Hey sis, you ready to spin? Okay, but that shit is these hoes. They ain't ready to get that. Say something to your mic. Mic 2.
Check 1, check 1.
Check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2.
Mine got like a little ring in it. Check 2. But as long as it ain't in the red, say
Check
something.
1, check 2.
Check.
Check.
Come on, boy.
Check.
What's good, fam? We're back here again, once again, for another episode of Out in the City podcast. We're going to have a good show today. I have 2 special guests. Got my man Ray and Apostle Jerome in the house. Man Suge. And, but before we get into all that, I just want to give y'all a little couple of words. Hope everybody had a good week out there. And taking care of y'allself, eating, drinking healthy, doing the right thing, trying to stay out of the way, So we go by words around here, we say words are spells. When you talk, creating your reality with your words, the Bible even tell you death and life are wrapped up in the words that you speak. Right. So over the years, I had got confirmation from me, my higher self, the Holy Spirit, to stop saying certain words. And I'm not gonna go through all of them, but this, like one of them was weak. I try not to say have a good weekend. I try to say have a good strong, because why I gotta be weak?
Yeah.
Feel me? Yeah. Even though it's spelled different, when it come out your mouth, it's still the same. So one of the downloads I got, it was they stop saying at the end of the day.
Why you say that?
Yeah, because that's what we say. We always say, well, at the end of the day, we got to do this or this got to happen. At the end of the day. Right. Why can't it be at the beginning of it? Right. Why got to be at the end when you get ready to go to sleep and up? Right. So if it's going to happen at the end of the day, somebody else is controlling your beginning of it. Right. So if you got to go on this job interview and worrying about getting hired, at the beginning of the day, you're going to get hired anyway. Right. You feel me? Right. Why you wait till the end of the day, somebody else going to get the job. Right. You feel me? True. So I'm just saying, I believe in words, and I believe words are spells, and it creates your reality, So that came to me, and that's something I'm going to take on. And like I told you earlier, when I say I'll retire, or say stop saying retire, because mean go back to something. Right. So I'm recharged. So I'm going back to be recharged, getting that energy. That's right. You got to realize the people that run this matrix, they gave us our vocabulary. We had to go to school, and they say, learn these words and the meaning of them. We was being programmed. And so that's why they say at the end of the week, we study these words, we're going to have a spelling test. Yeah. Right. Why they call it spell? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Spelling test is a spell, And like you say, even when they do the movies, Hollywood, they have a cast, right? You in the plays and stuff, what you got to get a cast, right? So a lot of people working witchcraft don't even know it. Like when you told me the lady said Illuminati a sign, or that the triangle is a devil worshiping sign with the eye in the middle. My logo, right? Right. Out in the City podcast. I got a bunch of them made up where I got the eye over the city. How is that devil worship? But I would like to do a show with the young lady who I was send that in, call up, and we can do a show. And we can go there. Because I'm just saying, man, people be spooked out.
Right.
But then when you really get down to the truth,
right.
and they getting their feelings because they be hurt because they believe a lie all their life.
So you gonna talk to her about that, Ghost? Y'all gonna talk about that?
We just gonna open the door and tell me what you think witchcraft about.
Right.
Like when I'm telling Lou, they talking about astrology bad, numerology bad. And astrology, they told the three wise men to follow the North Star and you're gonna find Jesus, right? Lying in the manger, the baby Jesus. So that's astrology. Look at that. Them stars, I guess that's evil too.
Some people,
you understand what I'm saying?
People see what they see.
God said my people perish for the lack of knowledge.
Right.
So I'm just throwing that out there for her.
Yeah, you need to talk
and
to
we
that
can go
sister.
there. Huh?
I think you need to talk to her.
Yeah.
Because that'll enlighten, that'll open up some eyes to some people too.
And then when you see some people, they don't even want to be enlightened. I seen this thing, this strong. It was some. They wasn't even real people. It was like a cartoon, and it was like little men, but they was flimsy, and it was like a cliff and a cliff, and it was a deep drop, like in the desert. It was a deep drop. So they was going boom, falling. And when it got to like the third one like, I ain't gonna fall, so he holding the weight. He went and got a board, right? Put the board between the two cliffs, and he walked across. He was on the other side, cheering, yeah, I made it. The guy behind him, round his face, picked the board up, threw it away, and he walked and fell. The whole scenario of that is some people don't want to be saved. Some people don't want the truth.
Right.
They want to keep falling.
Right.
But once I know you want to keep falling, I'm gonna let you fall. You feel me? And every time ain't for everybody. Everything for everybody might not be your time. That's why I respect people. If they out there doing what they do, I don't look down on them because I used to do it. You feel me? But what I do now is I say, that's the frequency they on.
Yeah. That's
what they want to do. Go ahead and do it. But I ain't gonna be over there doing it with you. Matter of fact, I don't even want to be around you. Right? But just, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So, so don't turn your nose up at nobody. That's just the frequency they on. They got to learn. Hopefully they learn before they check out or be taken out. But the devil, the matrix, whatever you want to call them, their job is to get you out of here before you learn. Before you, that's basically, he come to kill, steal, and destroy.
Yeah, and people, we've been programmed and taught so long what they wanted us to know. And now that you got truth in front of you and stuff in front of you that's teaching you what's really the truth. And,
right.
Like the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that we basically was taught about the Bible is wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
And I was talking to my mother sometimes.
Most of those folks was our color.
Yeah.
It was us.
Yeah. We are those folks.
We are those folks. Right. So when you try to enlighten people and open people's eyes up, they refuse to believe the truth because they're stuck on what they was taught.
Yeah.
And like you say, some of them take it to the end.
The grave.
Yeah, it's just
I tell my mother stuff a lot of times. Old school. I respect them because it's also a frequency and it's love. Right. It's the highest frequency. So, I try. I ain't in my mind. I'm not gonna try to change it.
Right.
That's her belief.
Right.
That's her belief.
Right.
I'm gonna respect it, and that's that. But they used to come at me at first. But when I throw the word at them, that's in the word. I thought you read the word.
Right.
I'll give you an example. They say Jesus was hung on the cross. But that ain't what the Bible say. That ain't what the word say. The word say he was hung on a tree. And it said 57 times in the Bible. But then they want to say, oh no, what they mean is they cut the tree down and made a cross. That ain't what the word say. The word say he was hung on a tree, and you don't supposed to add nor take away from the word, but you got to realize who wrote the Bible.
Yes, and people
you feel me?
People quote scriptures and they do it to what works for them.
Well, yeah,
it works for them.
And you got preachers. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But then I'm gonna tell you something. My grandfather told me. He's a bishop. He been a bishop all my life.
We got an apostle sitting over there.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
my grandfather told me something that I always remember. He told me that when you read the Bible, when you read certain scriptures, remember there's metaphors in those words. And some people say things or take that to mean something that it really don't mean, right? And he said you got to look at who's talking, who's saying what they saying,
yeah,
when they saying it, and where they was.
Right.
And when you learn those things, you probably get a better understanding, right? And not that I study all the time, but I remember that, you know what I'm saying? And especially there's metaphors. We hear metaphors every day, whether it's from the Bible or not. Right. So when I hear people say stuff, I listen closer so I can understand how to respond. But same thing with Bible verses. There's metaphors, man. A thorn. Somebody say, you a thorn in my side. That don't mean I'm sticking Ray with a needle. I mean, you a pain in my neck. You troublesome. You making a concern in my life. Right. You causing a problem in my life. They look at it as a physical thorn. Yeah. Some people, I don't know who, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but really, because they pierced God, Jesus in the side, they say on the cross with the thorns, but they call the Bible the living water. Right. And what I interpret that as being, it's like you can read a scripture, right? And it says this. And you can be reading that scriptures for 10 years. I'm serious. And you get a meaning. Mm-hmm. But then one day, you'll read that same scripture and it means something totally different. You be like, dang, I ain't never said it that way. That's God revealing it to you in a different way. Same scripture, right, but a different revelation. Right. And that's why they call it the living water. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, how Sugar Bear say, don't play with me. So, with that being said, man, we can go on and on, but I'm glad that she said that to you, and I'm gonna put this down.
Oh, it's hunting the lady down, man.
Nah, I mean it's knowledge. Right. She might teach me something. Yeah, I'm not gonna be. That's right. You never argue over the word.
Never stop learning.
Because I was born and raised in the church, right. and it hurt me to my heart when I found out some of them things that I thought was true, that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? And I told my mother, because see, right now, I'm going to tell you like this. I hadn't been church. I've been in a church. I've been to funerals. But I was born and raised in the church, right? When COVID came, I ain't want to get the jab, right? So that's why I left my job. I had to go 4 years without a paycheck. Me and my wife, because God told me, don't put that stuff in my body. Because I didn't know what it was. So I know God's voice. And I ain't doing it. I was telling people since 2011 that this was going to happen. And they called me a conspiracy theorist and that aunt's always talking all that stuff. Woo, woo, woo. Then when it came down to that, they be like, dang, you was right. What you going to do? I already told you what I'm going to do. I'm not taking it. And I was a manager on my job making damn near a little over 100,000. I walked away from it. My wife walked away from her job. People thought we was crazy. But God made a way in the whole 4 years. You know, I ain't lose my house, kept my never lights, never got cut off, food, whatever. Then I went to church, and the church told me, you can't come in here unless you got the, you know. I'm like, huh? I say, don't say certain words because they try to block it. Oh, okay. Silence your whole video. You know, I do like that, right? And I was like, what? I say, no, that's the place you're supposed to go to for healing. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So you telling me that I know who run the government. So now the government got power to tell the churches, look, this ain't gonna happen. You can't have these people coming here. I heard of 1 or 2 pastors going to jail for trying to go against it, but the majority of them went along with the program. So if the government runs government and they tell the church what to do or what not to do, who running the church?
The
who getting the tax write-off.
Yeah, most.
You understand what I'm saying? So let me just finish real quick. So the point I'm trying to make is, I ain't been back, and so I'm over find. Well, you have to find out. I don't. Bible say I'm the church.
Yes.
You feel me?
It's in you.
Yeah.
It's in you. Right.
So,
right.
But I get out of that conversation because people set in their ways. I know they set in their ways. That ain't my job to pull you out. You know, it's a good thing because she can pray. She's anointed. All that. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, that's what they got. That's what they believe. I don't need a middleman to talk to my highest source.
Right.
Feel me? But you can go there, and then you see like the people go there, got them big mega churches. Even Tupac was saying all that. You know, church got all these big stained windows, all this right outside the church, homeless people sitting out there. They won't let them come in there. So God came to shake up the church, you know. And another thing I'm gonna talk on, people talking about, well, Trump will do this, Trump gonna take away that, this, that, and the other, right? One girl I seen crying because he was talking about Section 8, take that, take away the food from wheels, all this stuff, sign executive orders, right? But it still got to be approved by, you know, Congress and all that. But what I'm trying to make, you ain't think not one time like, well, maybe I can get up and get a job, right, to make some money and don't have to worry about that. He got people so in their mind that I ain't gonna work. I'm gonna go out here. I know a female with a couple of them, when their kids get over 18, they ain't going to school, they get off of public system. They go out and have another baby or two, just to work the system, so they can stay home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So maybe Trump, God using Trump to come to shake some stuff up. You know what I'm saying? Because we became so dependent on a system that don't care about. Yeah. And we got, in that system, we're going to be on the bottom. They're not going to give us the power. No. They ain't, you crazy if you think they're going to give us. If I had the power, I wouldn't give it away. So why do you think you're going to get the power? And now they showing you firsthand what they plan to do. So maybe some things need to be shaken up, because what I did know, no matter who was the president, I always, when I was working, I had to get up and go work. Yeah. I always had to take care of myself. Only one thing I seen is I told somebody with the first time you got that stimulus check, that's the first thing I ever seen that I got from the government. All my life, they've been taking from me. Right. You feel me? Yeah. I don't want to be the only one talking. So you said something.
Well, no, there was. I mean, like I was saying, most churches are businesses. It's a business. You know, but I'm not saying all the churches, but most. No,
all churches are business.
You know, but you got some.
When you got to
churches
bring money in, and you get money, it's a business.
Yeah, but you know, you got some churches that are churches that conform to God's law or whatever, and they do what they need to do. Because you got churches out here now, and they're doing anything, man. Yeah. I mean, they're doing anything. Like you said, I can't go into context, but they're doing anything, man. You know, because they not gonna stop doing what they doing and keep bringing in what they bringing in.
Right.
So they going for it.
They only gonna speak on certain.
They only gonna speak on certain things. So they going for anything. So you gotta read that word for yourself. You gotta serve God for yourself. You gotta have your relationship with God good.
Right. Because let me ask you this. You're right about that. So what do you think about if some people come to me saying, well, Trump only recognized like that male and female. That's it. I ain't know all this other stuff they was Democrats and stuff was doing. Right. What you think about that? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it's the right thing. I mean, it's again, if we're gonna talk biblically in God, that's the only thing, male or female, right?
Right.
So I mean, honestly, I'm not mad at Trump.
I agree with you.
You know,
I just want to see what you're going to say.
I'm not mad at him for
that. What you think about that, Lou, over there, real quick? About Trump only acknowledging male and female. Ain't no more transgender, this and that and the other.
Yeah, that's what he believes. That's what he believes.
I'm saying, you believe he right for doing that and changing stuff?
That's the thing. He could be that's faith.
Right.
I believe. You know, because if I wasn't thankful,
Exactly.
Right.
it's still not natural.
It's still not natural.
I'm just getting your opinion.
You said you gotta be said to offer it up.
Right.
No, but you got a lot of people.
Yeah, you got no. We live in a world there where it's normal.
It's normal.
And matter of fact, it ain't just normal. They adding stuff in the equation and try to, like my cousin told me, she had dressed it a lady with ma'am.
Yeah.
And then she got rolled up.
Yeah, because you can't.
Because she called a lady a man.
You can't speak against it.
It's right now. They try to put a law out. I'm a pastor.
Yeah.
They try to put a law out. If I don't marry a man and woman, they take my. They try to
Right.
do that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So all that's ceasing right now.
Never do that.
But he coming to. That song say shake, 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 shake the devil up. Yeah, he's shaking them up.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. And even with the Trump stuff, like Trump gonna do this, Trump gonna do that. People gotta go back to what you believe. People gotta go back to what you believe. What were you doing before Trump? Trump was president before.
Yep.
We made it.
Yeah.
You know, we made it. Maybe God put Trump in that position to show them, to prove that I'm still God.
Who you got to lean on?
Who you got to lean on? Yeah. Trump can do whatever. He's not God.
Yeah,
He's not God.
Right.
Ain't God gonna have the last say?
Yeah.
You know, so you just got to believe in what you believe in.
Let me tell these people who are just talking, man, who they talking to,
Oh,
who they listening to, man. They Ray going on, man. He got it going on, but they don't even know who this dude is, man.
Tell them who it is.
So I want to introduce my brother, Kenneth. I'm gonna give y'all his gut. Want me to give him government? I'm gonna give y'all his gut. Kenneth Ray Roberson. So me and Ray grew up since elementary school.
Elementary school, yeah.
Right.
Right.
As kids, minor elementary.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah, Matella Minor. I got kicked out of Wheatley. Something I ain't gonna talk about that. But then they sent me
40 years.
Yeah.
About 40 years.
Yeah, they sent me to minor in the fifth. I've been on Ray since the fifth grade.
Fifth grade, yeah.
And we went from school to school to school. And graduated same high school, National Christian Academy. But Ray is like I say, my brother, man, and just a dear person to me. And we had our being with each other, not being with each other, being with each other, not being with each other through the years.
Right.
Because of different stuff.
That's natural.
Yeah,
that's natural.
Yeah, but always can connect, right? But so I'm gonna tell you, Ray. I'm gonna say a little bit about him and let him say the rest. So Ray, me and Ray started actually Sugar and Velvet Cover Band. Right? First thing. We were the first two members of my band. We were the only two. And then we started getting some other people. And Ray, I'm gonna let him talk about it a little bit, but Ray also is a cast member in my stage plays. I can't even remember exactly which plays. He probably remember which ones. He played Mr. Boom Kuna, a guy that was challenged, my character, something, and so many different characters. But he's also one of the vocalists, male vocalists in Sugar Velvet Cup.
Okay.
So he probably ain't gonna sing none today.
So when we hooked up with y'all that time, where was Ray at?
Ray be going. That's why I be mad at Ray sometimes, man. Ray be going to Madison. What's the name of the place?
Madison. I do a lot of travel.
He travel, man. He go to Madison, he go to New York, he go to Colorado, and he go out and stay out in the woods. He do that type of stuff.
Yeah, like nature.
So I say, Ray, man, we got a show. Yeah. He do that, man.
I gotta see a couple of little places.
He got braces. He do all that in the woods and stuff for like a week. Miami, like nice trips. But that be time where we be having shows, man. Right. So I gotta catch him and say, look, man. Well, some of it he do every year around the same time.
Right.
So he wasn't there. Ray wasn't there.
Yeah. But yeah, like Dirk say, this me and Dirk been doing this since elementary school, and we started Sugar and Velvet Cover in his living room. And, we used to bump heads. They be like, man, how the hell we gonna do this?
I got a question real quick. You gonna keep telling the story. Because when I first read the name Sugar velvet. What is it? Suge velvet.
Velvet cover.
Yeah, cover. So to me, that's not a normal name.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out. You got Suge. I know that's. Then you got velvet. That's a color. And then I'm just saying. Tell me how that name transpired.
Where I came up with that, the velvet part. Where Suge is like I used when I was boxing. Mm-hmm. And then my stage play characters is Suge Fortune. So the velvet part coming from my artwork, from my visual artwork, because I paint on velvet material.
Okay.
It ain't really relative to the color, right? Velvet, but it's material. Like I paint oils. Whenever I do an oil paint, it's actually on velvet material.
Okay, so you were just sitting there one day and you said, okay, sure, velvet.
Well, the reason why I paint on the velvet, yeah,
I'm trying to make sense of it.
No, the reason why I paint on the velvet cover is because remember I was telling you how my cousin used to listen to an old group like Sly and Funkadelics and Jimi Hendrix. So that era was more like the velvet and psychedelic era, right? Okay. So with the lava lamp, that's why I use the lava lamps and all that. So to me, that put me in the mind of like velvet and black light basement parties. Okay. So cool. That's why I put the velvet part in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because a lot of people thought I was velvet.
So when he showed you the name, what did you say?
I was like, man, see the thing about Dirk, that's my brother, man. Like we bump heads, we gonna argue, but like you say, like we're going.
Looking at the name,
but yeah. So I got people.
No, he was like, what's your name? We was in the store. Hold on, let me finish. We was in the store, and you know how they say, get your name. So we ordered some food, and the lady say, order for Suge, and Ray say, who? What's your name?
Right.
Yeah, man. So like I had people like when I was telling them about the the group or the band or whatever, it's like this name Suge and Velvet Cover. They said, well, who's Suge? I said, that's Dirk. They said, so what you Velvet Cover?
And I'm tell you something. And when I read the name, you see the name sometimes. I don't know why, but it put me in the mind of Prince.
Yeah, definitely.
When I say Velvet, I'm like,
yeah, but see, Prince is a big.
Yeah,
me and him, we love.
And Ray do a lot of Prince.
I do a lot of Prince songs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Prince is a big inspiration for me and Dirk.
Okay.
So yeah, you definitely gonna get some.
Oh yeah, so y'all got some of that energy, man.
Yeah, we got some Prince.
All right, cool. So that's cool. You can go ahead and finish.
So tell them about our first rehearsal, right? In the pub.
Yeah, we had.
When we first started. Yeah, it was just me and him.
Just me and him.
Just y'all two. So it was just y'all two, and y'all calling yourself. You said you're gonna have a group and it's just y'all.
Yeah. So
singer and what you was doing, playing the guitar, what you was doing?
I was playing my soprano sax.
Okay.
Right. So we was gonna go and do like parties, get invited to different stuff. So this is why Ray was tripping out with me. Because I just decided this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna buy a bunch of equipment and we gonna do it. And Ray was like, what?
Yeah. Gotta have that foundation.
Yeah.
Ray was like, who gonna play all this stuff? And it's like, we gonna do. He was like, man, I know how to play this shit.
Yeah. You stepping out on faith. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's one of the things I admire about him, that he does, like, even how crazy it sounds, he'll do it.
Right.
And I'm mad at him because it's not a lot of people who does that.
Right.
But you find most of the people who become successful.
That's what they gotta have that vision.
They gotta have that vision, and they do some stuff that other people are like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How you gonna do that? So yeah, that's one of the things I admire about him. You know. So
thank you.
Yeah, I do. I admire that about you because you had that. You got that.
Yeah.
And that's most of the people who got that. They do. Y'all pursue. Y'all
I think everybody got that, but what happening is we get programmed out of it.
Yeah.
Or we let our life get in the way. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Just think about when we first came out of high school, we had all these ambitions, right? And then life hits you.
Yeah, life hits you. Yeah.
So,
it does.
Life got a body shot, boy, drop you to your knees.
Yes.
If you ain't calling the right shots.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But it's all experience. You got to learn how to grow. And like I said, I out of all my years, I look back and look at all the stuff that I went through and my friends went through. It's really best to learn from your friends, for one.
Yeah.
If you can't learn from your friends, then the next person you're gonna have to learn by experience.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have to go through some stuff.
You have to go through some stuff, right?
And then if you still don't learn, you're gonna keep going through the same kind of situation like a loop. And you can loop for years and years.
Right.
And you can die. And I'm gonna say this and come back because you got some people don't believe in reincarnation. And you're gonna keep doing it until you pass that test. Once you pass that test, then you're gonna be elevated. Gonna come on up a little higher, right? But early level is a new level.
Yeah.
Long as we in this 3D realm, you ain't never gonna reach corner where I made it. Feel me? There's always gonna be something else you gotta conquer. Because if you make it, you won't be here. You feel me?
You done made it.
I mean, a lot of, like I say, this is my belief. I ain't gonna throw it on nobody. But we here, I believe we're here to learn. It's like this whole Earth planet is some people call it a playground, but it's a school. I call it a school, right? Because why do you think people be born here don't know nothing? Then they be programmed from what they mother, father, schools tell them. And that might not even be the truth. They just telling them what they learned.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They bring you from a land, give you a new name, and beat you, this and that. But then all of us didn't even come from Africa. Like my bloodline run back to the Indian. So we was here. We got more mounds and pyramids here than anywhere around the world. Right? But if you've been lied to, and just believe what you believe until then you can start tapping in, meditating and getting to know truth. You ain't gonna read really out no book. You can, but man, tamper with it. That's why we're in the shape we're in now.
Yes.
Feel me?
Definitely.
But when you get straight from God or hear the voice, you learn that voice over the years. You know the voice, because a lot of times, you hear me talking on this show, that God or the voice, and I said, but God told me, people look at me like, come on, God, like God talk to him. God don't talk. God talk to you.
He do talk to you.
You just got to know his voice.
You just got to know his
voice. You been blocked out so long.
Yeah.
You feel me? and you don't want to believe that. So like you don't really have to tell people right from wrong.
Right.
They get a feeling that they doing something.
Oh, they know.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So and I tell people all the time, being righteous ain't nothing but doing the right thing.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's why they call it righteous. And the more you do that, because I just look at it like this: demonic spirits and stuff like that, they won't hang around. Filth, trash, low vibration, low frequency. Going in the hood, ghetto, whatever you want to call it. Got rats running around, roaches, all kinds of stuff. But when you go in so-called angelic places, it's clean.
Right.
Stuff kept up. That raises the frequency. So when you raise your frequency, you know certain things, if you know anything really like feng shui. But me, I be in my neighborhood. I see trash on the ground. I'm picking it up. Feel me? That's just something I do. I ain't always did that, but the more you raise your frequency, you're gonna start seeing life a different way. And I always make my bed up when I leave out the house. I'm just like a neat person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's, I feel better.
Yeah.
And as within, so without. So if you got a whole lot of clutter and trash stuff, house filthy, that's as within. You're gonna be coming through a whole lot of problems in your life, and you're gonna be wondering why.
Yeah.
As within, so without. As above, so below. So that's what I'm coming to the realization, and has came to the realization. And we manifest things that we want. Imagination, right? Things you think about. And things you speak about, it's gonna come about. You know, things you're going through now, stuff you thought about and did in the past. So that's why I say do affirmations.
Right.
You get them bad thoughts.
Yeah.
Tell yourself you don't agree to those terms and conditions. Switch it. Feel me? Because it'll come up in your life. I think about people and they pop up. You feel me? You know, so all is we electric beings and thoughts are electric. So like I said, I can go on and on, but I don't want to get too far out there.
It goes to be deep, man. It goes to be deep. Man.
But nah, that's the stuff that worked for me.
Right.
And so we was on what you doing? I know you say he do community outreach work.
Yeah, Ray love, and I say love, like every year, through my production company, Defilter Production. So for the last, I want to say about 6 or 7 years, we do, and it's not just only Defilter Production. It's some other agencies that contribute food for families, especially around the holiday, turkeys and what's all that stuff.
Coat drives and
toy giveaways. It be stuff in boxes, food and stuff.
Yeah.
Then toys for kids.
Mm-hmm.
So they will like provide me the Fields production with items, and Ray have always been the person that always helped me, and some of the other band members. Sometimes we'll do music, right? We'll do a set of music, but we give out to the community, and it's usually been the community at Potomac Garden, right?
Okay.
There have been
in the Potomac Garden, or you did?
No, Dirk lived in the Potomac Garden.
Yeah.
I used to
so
go.
Y'all met in school.
We met in school though.
Yeah, but that, and I'm gonna add that too, because I don't want to forget that part. But so basically, we do giveaways and we do community engagement, and Ray always loved to do that, man. He'd call me and say, "Hey D, is it time? We gonna get the people to turkey. We gonna get the people to turkey." So, cause we do. Matter of fact, and I ain't never did that no more. One time, me and Ray dressed up like
damn elf.
Elf and Santa Claus, man.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I ain't do that no more. But we weren't Santa Claus. We was Homie Claus.
Yeah,
I had on Chucks and sneaking, and he had on Elf. So we'll do that stuff, right? Because the faces of the kids, it's really the kids, man.
It's the kids, right?
Like to see them kids was staring at us like.
Yeah, right.
But we love to do that. And so when you ask about Potomac, Ray never like my friends. Like two of my best friends, we grew up in Potomac, right? Hot Dog and Sonny. But Ray and my other friends, they never lived in Potomac, but they always came to the gardens when we were doing stuff. Right?
Oh, okay.
They never lived there. So me and Ray played basketball in school, throughout school.
Okay.
So when I was saying we went to National Christian Academy, and I want to say this about Ray, that one of the reasons why I admire him. So it was one year we won the Christian School National Championship in Dayton, Tennessee, right? Like all Christian schools, and it's like 50 or 60, I don't know how many teams. It was like the NCAA
It was like
tournament,
the NCAA tournament.
but it was Christian high school.
Yeah.
So we lost one year, we won one year.
Right.
But every year, like 2-3 years in a row, me and Ray, we were there for like a week. So a couple of years in a row, me and Ray got invited to the All-Star Week, right?
Okay.
And so I could shoot, right? I played point guard and shooting, but I couldn't jump up high enough to touch the strings. Right. But Ghost, check this out. Ray, right? Ray won the dunk contest, man.
Oh, for real?
Every year, dog.
You dunk?
Ray fly.
I can't dunk that. I can't dunk that.
Ray fly through the sky like Mike, dog.
Oh,
Listen, but not only that, like we were, and I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So I would tell Ray through the dunk contest through that week, I would whisper in Ray's ear and tell him what to do. Right. And he did it. He won it every year, right? He wouldn't have probably even talked about that, right? No. He wouldn't even talk about that. But that's how like we inspire each other. You know what I'm saying? Cool. And I used to look at him And you know how people look at TV and say, somebody say, stand in the middle and let them jump over you. I said, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. But he did it. But this is how people do, right? So during that All-Star week, me and Ray was invited, not just for him to do the dunk contest and win it, but we were invited back to play on the Maryland Christian School team.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right.
Did y'all do it?
No, that's what I'm saying is. So when we got there, we stopped at Tennessee. We stopped at different places, stayed at people's house for a couple of days. We practiced with some college teams and everything went our way.
Right.
Right. But when we got to that tournament for the All-Star week, they put Ray on the Maryland team. They separated us.
Yeah, they separated.
They put Ray on the Maryland team and they put me on the Virginia team.
Oh, okay.
And Ray and them team won, but for one, our game, Ray came to our game on the Virginia team. We lost so bad, man. It was for one, it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was still sleepy, man. I wasn't used to getting up there early. Right. And my team lost so bad. And Ray was sitting behind our bench just looking all sad, right? And remember this, right? I'm going to say if you remember this. The coach for our Virginia team looked at me, and I looked at him real mad like this. I said, man, I don't even supposed to be on this team. He said, I know how you feel, son. He said, I feel like smoking, lighting a cigarette, get put out of here.
He said that.
He said, wow. The coach, he said, man, I feel like smoking a cigarette, get put out of here. Right.
That's crazy.
But it was, I remember they separated us, bro. And so the reason why I mentioned that is to you and Ray and to the viewers is that, like, I learned that me and Ray, nobody agree on everything. We didn't agree on the music or how we started or how we organized, whatever. And that's okay. I have my way of doing things because I have a thought, I have a vision. And I realized that everybody not going to see it that way. I had to realize that these the mic clips we use for the phones on the microphone stand, I never had those things. And I want Ray to know that. I never would use those things for the vocalists. I was keen on, and I'm still keen on learning your song, learning your music, and select a song that we could put on the playlist that you know or you're comfortable with. But if you don't know all the stuff yet, like Ray was one of them that advocated to, let's get some clips and put them on the thing. And I was like, we ain't doing that. And that was a separation error for us. But I had those things now. I bought some. Because I realized that sometimes the vocalists may need that, even if it's just to remind them of the set.
Right.
And I don't need it because I ain't going to say nothing. Right. I had to step back and look at myself and say, dog, they may need that. So I got it. I got them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want you to know that because it really wasn't a power thing for me. It's never really a power thing. It's a vision thing. It's a vision. Right. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But this is my brother, man.
Yeah, like you say, like it's never. We don't separate.
Right.
You know, when you got brothers, you don't separate. You may be doing your thing. We doing something different, but it doesn't matter. Me and Dirk could almost fight.
We go to sleep too early at night, man. I'll be up, man.
He be up. Like he one of them people partying all night. No, I'm trying to go to sleep. The thing is, like me and Dirk could almost fight today, and he called me tomorrow and said, "I need you to come." I'm coming because that's my brother.
Right, I got you.
You know, so it doesn't matter. It wasn't a separation thing. Sometimes he think his way, and then you get two alphas.
Yeah.
I like to say I'm an alpha male. He's an alpha male.
Yeah.
We gonna bump heads, you know. But it's just coming to an understanding and finally.
Yeah, because you don't want that feeling. I had a friend. He was a good singer, a great singer, and we met. We was, I guess, friends about 15 years, whatever. And long story short, we got mad about something petty.
Right.
So he ain't called me, I ain't called him. But you know, we figured we got forever.
You got time, yeah, you got time.
See, he got killed on a motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
So he was like gone. I was like, damn, I ain't even get make up. Woo.
Right.
But yeah, ain't nothing you can do then, but you know.
Yeah. I advocate reaching out to people, calling people because you don't know when that time gonna be. You know, so yeah, Dirk is my brother. Like I said, we bump heads, we fall out, but if he called me, I'm there. no matter what he call me for. He might call me and say, "I'm gonna go down there and try to climb up in the Capitol," and I'll be like, "Man, what the hell you can't do that?" But guess what I'm gonna do? Come on, man, let me try to lift you out this job. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do.
Like Trump and his boys.
Like Trump and his boys, right? So
I call early in the morning. He be like, "Man, it's early in the morning, man."
We got a show at 2:00. He called at 7. Come on, man. Come on, we gotta get up. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know that type dude. So
so that's what's up, man. It's what time is it? Coming up on 4 o'clock. We used to take a break at quarter of us. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna have to take some pictures. We'll be back. Second half, we're gonna have my man, Pastor Jerome Lou up. You can still stick around if you want.
Okay, no, I'll stick around.
Put Lou on the seat.
I'll stick around.
Just move your chair over.
Yeah, I'll stick around.
Okay. So that's what's up, y'all. We'll be right back. That's why I say I don't knock nobody go. If you talk to him, you can bring him on. If you want to come. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. It's like podcast, like everything, man. Yeah, man. Oh, he's down there. He still got the heavy phone. You know you're on That's good, man. I got a walk along down. But he come home like he's
Network. Big TV Network. What you come in?
Yeah, I set it up.
We can do live. Link, you right in the studio.
All right.
Shit, right in the studio, you right in the studio.
If you understand yours.
Not yet. My wife got sick, man.
Okay.
I was going from my
Okay, that's why
yeah, I set it up. Yeah, she got sick, man. So I'm dealing with that. But let me get my number now before we get late, because just texting the information. That way, I don't just find out my man. Yo, he gonna be here because she gonna move in there in a quarter. They hired him, she gonna move in a quarter now. Okay, I got you. Yeah, got you know that too.
That way you had that man.
I got some glasses. I got some glasses. Or just call my phone number.
Call the rock.
Me and Ghost talk about doing. See, the other thing that I mentioned, we music like live. I write it.
See, that's what's happening. That's why everybody do us. We do live. You all that we have overnight and all that.
Okay. Let me get
I like you say about words because that's true about words. Even the Bible talks about life and death is the power of tongue.
Welcome back. Got my man Apostle Jerome in the house. But before we go into that, tell me what you was about to say about the words.
I said I like what you were saying when you talking about you very self-conscious about words and what you say.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you speak something that shall come to pass down the road.
Yeah.
Because the Bible say life and death is in the power of the tongue. You can speak life or you can speak death.
Yeah.
It really has power behind it. I believe that.
Yeah, you can go in that interview to speak life to your situation and get the job, or you can say the wrong thing out your mouth, kill it, and don't get the job. So words are power, and actually words got frequencies, and words got, I can say numbers. It's like words. Once you get into words, and you can say like, learn a word, right? And at the end of the sentence, you add up the number of words. Mm-hmm. Some people related to power, and then you can see what frequency you're on. Like you got some people that use words that other people can't even pronounce.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't even know the meaning of a lot of times. That's word play, right?
Right.
And they could be talking about you, and you don't even know what they're saying. You feel me?
Yeah.
Or they can translate you something. You sitting right in the middle trying to figure out what you talking. The words are power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once you learn that,
Yeah, because I used to say all the time, man, I love you to death. I don't use that no more. I love you to life.
Yeah.
Because we say it all the time, I love you to death. I love you to life.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And stuff just comes to me, and I just watch my words. And I listen to people all the time talking death to themselves or talking down on themselves. I'm like, I can't believe saying that. And even people I talk to, right, and tell them it's knowledge. And then they be like getting along with it, and then they slip back. I was on TikTok, and one person I know was on live. She was telling the person, promise them that she's going back to jail if somebody do something or disrespect her. And in my mind, I was like, and she gonna get disrespected down the road if be random kind of people. So you promise somebody going to jail, you putting that out in the universe, right? And that to me that was crazy. And I seen another clip. It was a lady rapping with her daughter like she about 3. And then the lady said, yeah, because she said she going to jail, right? The little girl stopped and looked at her. She said, why you stop? The little girl said, I'm not going to jail.
Right.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? The little 3-year-old had more sense than a mother.
Yeah.
So,
as a child speaker.
You can't take these things lightly, man.
Yeah.
So we got Lou, we go way back.
Man.
We Petworth,
Church's Quarters.
Church's Quarters, Chaos,
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
All that. So we
Howard Theater.
talking about 45 years ago. So he wasn't always apostle.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Road in the,
Remember Black Rick and all them? Yeah.
We can't tell the stories back in the
day. We was out there. We all came a long ways. And just to be here to talk about them days, like I said, I'm 62. I don't know how.
I just turned 60.
He just turned 60. So we know a lot of people not even here no more.
Yeah, so many. Wow.
You feel me? So
wow.
It's just a good thing that we God got us here. We know that.
Yes.
And so whether people call them Allah, Jehovah, Buddha, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a higher source, and some people, man-made religion, man-made all in religion because, for one, it has a patent. The Bible actually got a patent. You know what I'm saying? That's the most sold book in the world. So if you got a patent, something, it's man-made. All religions say they got the right religion. Right. My religion is the right religion. Yours is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then you got some religions saying if you don't believe their religion, you going to hell because you ain't got their religion. You feel me? So I asked him what religion Jesus Christ was. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He didn't have a religion. You feel me? He's walked. People used to follow him. Like, and then he even gave you some requirements if you want to follow him. You know what I'm saying? They say what the rich man do. Dropped his head. He went the wait. You want me to give up my Lexus, my coupe, my Benz? Hold on, Jesus. I got a mansion. You want me to leave my mansion? Come on, Jesus. Come on. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. When you start getting into religions and different things, you talk about the Bible, you talk about God, and everybody got different names. I just call it, it also comes down to one main thing for me, and that's love.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. That's how
the Bible says you know a person by their love, not by their title,
right?
Not by their religion,
right?
Not by the church they go to or the organization they connected to. Love is the first thing someone should know you by.
Right.
That you love a person. Like the ones you had on earlier, they do community service. They feed people, they do turkeys, they go out in the community. And I think everybody should be doing that. Every little bit helps, every little bit counts. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife have been doing that for the last 25 years. Mm-hmm. We had the first food truck downtown, actual food trucks. And our food truck had lines going around the corner, but it was absolutely free.
Right.
Wasn't nothing for sale. Yeah. All the restaurants we was doing was down there fakely every day. Down 14th, 17th Street and P Street. So all the restaurants started bringing us food. Mm-hmm. So we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner for everybody, all the homeless.
So,
when you're doing something, you're doing somewhere people will connect to it. Because we started doing tables. We started first putting tables in the street. Mm-hmm. Then I kept seeing all these food trucks selling food to the government workers. I said, babe, wouldn't it be nice if we could get a food truck? And then we won the food truck. We couldn't afford one. The one we looked at was $30,000.
Yeah, I got a guy coming on here next week. He paid, he said $100,000 for it. Yeah. He got like an ice cream truck, but he sell food and all that. I didn't know them trucks cost that much money. But God is good because ours was donated to us. It was on sale for $35,000. Because of the work we did, the people seen it and called us out way out West Virginia where and had it sitting in his big old yard and gave it to us. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the need was great and God met the need.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just do what you're supposed to do
and let him do what he do. Don't try to figure it out yourself.
Right.
Because you get in the way figuring it out yourself.
Well, the Bible says lean out to your own understanding.
Yeah.
Because when we don't understand, we're in trouble. Because I always tell people this is my favorite saying. If I lean on my own understanding, there's going to be a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
You know and that's all of us.
Yeah.
Because, and that's true. Our own understanding, often if you look at it, guys in trouble.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So that's what's up.
Yeah.
So as we get closer to the word, our life get better.
Yeah.
As we get far away from the word, life get worse. Because Satan, he gonna let you smoke, right? Then you end up getting cancer, lung. He let you drink, you get drunk, mess your kidneys. Whatever he gives you,
whatever he show you, he'll show
whatever
you.
show you, and you do it.
Yeah.
Is another side. He ain't gonna let you. He might let you thrive for a minute, but and then another thing is you say, well, this person been evil for years. Like that person been faithful to him, so he used that person to get souls into his kingdom.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people died dealing with that person, or she led a lot of people astray. Right. So he keeping her around, right? But at the end, she gonna be right there with him. Feel me?
Well, it's a quick story. Apostle Paul wrote most of the books in the Bible, especially in the New Testament. It was first, his name was Saul, was turned to then changed to Paul because he was persecuting Christians. If you was a Christian, he would set you on fire. They would kill you and burn you. This was Saul.
Okay.
So when God took him and knocked him off the horse, said, "Why are you doing this, Saul?" and blinded him, then converted him. Now Saul is the number one. He said, "I was a persecutor of Christians. Now I'm the number one person God uses to have saved people."
Yeah.
But do you think people gonna receive him knowing that he done burned Christians up, put them on fire, and kill people and all that? But God to take the worst and make it the best.
And the reason why I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking about Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said some stuff about the black people.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard no president say. I ain't heard Obama say. They was asking him, and he basically, I'm the president for the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trump came out, said, he called it out. Said, black people, y'all built this country. Y'all always there at the bottom, but it's about to change. Woo, woo. And I don't know if that's the truth or not, but what I'm saying is, he's saying out his mouth. And then he talked about Jesus. He had the man come and pray, and he believed in Jesus. But if other people were talking about, you couldn't say Jesus. It's like he's doing a lot. Sometimes like he's playing outside.
But you can't be double-minded. Shit, he
playing outside.
Some good and some bad.
But what I'm saying all this to say is that God can use anybody at any time. Well, that's what you basically saying.
That's what I'm saying. He can use anybody. He can take the worst of the worst.
While you were saying that,
and switch it over.
I say maybe God used him to shake the people up.
Right. Right. And that goes back to you always worry about the well, the belly, and Nineveh. Jonah was sent to Nineveh.
Right.
But he told God, "I don't want to go." Guess why? Because he said they too evil to be saved. He telling God they can't be saved.
Right,
read that story. That trip should have been over, but he refused to go to do what God said because he told God them people were too evil to be saved.
Right, he ain't know God.
And they wound up in the belly.
That's why he ended up in the belly.
So you got to look at God can use anybody. God can change anybody. You believe God can change? I always say this: God can change us. Yeah, he can change anybody. We was. I mean, some of us would be truthful, man.
I'll tell you something. We was funny.
Yeah.
You might think it's funny. It might not be funny. But I used to work at a hospital 38 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to have these snows, and if you had a truck, hospital paid you extra to go pick you up, pick them up.
I did it.
So I was doing that, and they had me go pick up this Chinese man lady. One was a doctor, and one was a nurse. So we going past, coming up North Capitol Street, and we were driving past Sibley. But on the other side of Sibley was Thurston Quarter. So the man say, "You see that place over there?" And then my wife worked up back there. We was in the truck. He said, "Yeah." He said, "I said, over there?" He said, "Yeah. Never go down." I said, "Why?" It's a very bad place. Right?
Come on,
Said
surgical.
murder with some killers over there. Like, I was like, yeah, my wife looked at me. He didn't know he was talking to one of the ringleaders down there at the time.
Yeah, right.
You feel me?
Right.
And I just laughed. My wife looked at me, right? But that just go, like you say, God can change anybody. But for him to even say something out there, he never even been there. I started to tell him, but shit, I grew up down there.
Yeah.
His mouth probably would hit the floor.
Yeah.
But I did, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I went to Puerto Rico, and we was walking around the roads, going to the stores, and it was you had to go all the way down to this community. Said, don't never go down there. They said, you won't make it out of it. It's just terrible. It's the worst place in the world.
Right.
Said, you're not even allowed to go down there. Said, go down if you want to. You know, you'll be missing. But they told us that.
So, you ain't go down there?
No, I ain't go down there.
Like over Mexico,
I was in Puerto Rico.
They found this man's head. They was out there, they had the captain, and they told him, don't go there. People went. They had chopped the man's head off there. But they were trying to get money for hostages.
Yeah, so you know.
Yeah, but you did the right thing. They told you that.
Wow.
I ain't had no reason to go down there. I was looking for the stores. We found the stores.
Stores was down there, man. The stores was down the bottom.
I went to Jamaica. We left the place and we went to the Kingston because that's where they was from. But we had the resort. We stayed on the resort 3 days. Left. Stayed on the resort. I think it was Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday we went to Kingston. Stayed there Monday. Now we went to the resort Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we went to Kingston Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we come back to the resort Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And so we went. So I was like, man, I'm going to the store. What the store? He said, there in the corner, right? I said, okay. He said, hold on. I said, what? Take all your jewelry off. I said, huh? He said, yeah, man, you can't walk down there like that. I said, man, I ain't even going. I ain't got time for it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so there's just people just look at you and and they think you from America. And when I got back home, man, the first time I went to Jamaica, I've been like 3 times. The first time I went, when I got back home, you know, I went there, I seen Paul. I seen people tapping into the street like electricity, living in shacks.
Yeah.
You feel me? If you live in the project, you got running water, heat, you know, you living good. Yeah. So once I seen that, man, I started appreciating over here more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I see the same thing. That people find.
Yeah. It's beautiful, the land, the water, and all that.
Yeah.
But you gotta have money because it's like to stay in a hotel. It was like $300 for one night.
It's
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's poor areas everywhere you go. People don't like to say that, but it is.
Yeah. So
And
it be so hot out there. Like kids be on the side of the road, like they might have a pond or anything. They in there playing in that water.
Yeah.
In my mind, I ain't no way I'm getting in that water. Snakes or anything. Feel me? But you came from there. I don't know how we ended up there. We was talking about Jonah and he didn't even believe that God can change things, right?
Yeah. They told God they can't be saved. They too evil.
So let me ask you this. What brought you, let me get this. You know how we used back in the day. Okay, when you said like we been down a high theater, you know, people hustling, doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, everybody got to pay. I don't know, what was your breaking point? Because I remember they say, Lou going to be a minister or something. I mean, what Lou?
Yeah.
But, so what happened?
When Lars, you know, my breaking point was it's amazing because I sold drugs. That's what I did.
Right.
I never used drugs, never had in my life.
Right.
Never drank in my life, but I sold drugs.
Right.
So I was back and forth and out Lorton, back and forth and out Lorton. So that last trip to Lorton, me and the warden became close. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember I put pep with the Lorton.
I bought every
I played the Lord. I didn't know you was bringing them.
Yeah, I was picking all the bands.
I played with people down there.
Well, I was in Lord. I was picking calls.
So that was I knew Chip. I thought Chip had the hook, but he had
to me. Yeah. So when I was
matter of fact, I posted one of them pictures.
Yeah.
That's on Facebook.
Right.
With me, Dickie, my cousin Michael Judd. All of them was in the big picture.
Yeah. Everybody been there. Every day
I posted that. Yeah.
Oh man, so I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. Going back to jail. So when they say a preacher, so I thought I was coming home and do the right thing. So I got out alone. I got back in the streets. You know what I mean? Start back going to the go-go's. Back in the same familiar area.
Remember I told you earlier about the loop?
Yeah.
You gotta learn.
Yeah. So I was in the same environment. So I wound back going back to the same thing I knew. Because I tell you all the time, it's amazing because most times you got a lot of young black dudes with one charge to get a job.
Right.
First thing they tell you, your criminal record. How long they gonna keep telling you your criminal record you can't get hired?
Right,
you know what I mean? So I went back to doing what I do. Then I wound up in Virginia. I moved locations. So I wound up selling drugs in Virginia. Then I wound up catching a murder charge in Virginia, and it was considered a capital murder. They told me I was gonna do life. They had just moved the lecture chair. So when I got in there and it was looking real bad, I said, Lord, if you get me out of this, you never ever in your life got to worry about me. So that was my turning point. I've been there before too. You hear me? And I was serious. I wasn't just saying it because you say it. Because it's a verse, Nahum 1:7 says, God is good, a stronghold in times of trouble. He knows those who trust in him. That was my favorite verse. That's the first verse I learned. And I read that every day. But I was serious with God, and I wasn't expecting not to do no time. But I didn't want to do no life. I didn't want to get no lecture and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. They
don't play. That's Commonwealth. Right. So I had the robbery charge, the murder charge, and I ain't killed nobody. I just with the person that did it.
Okay.
I mean, so to make a long story short, he pleaded guilty. So he wound up doing like 25 years, and they told me if I plead guilty to the robbery, they drop the murder and all that kind of stuff. And make a long story short, I wound up getting 5 years. But the judge told me this. This I knew God was on my side. He said, keep the faith. I don't know how he do. Keep the faith.
Oh, okay.
I knew I was praying to God every day. I got on the bond. I'm praying. I'm in every church praying. Like, Lord, get me out of there. I can't go back. Yeah. So the judge, when he sentenced me, said, keep the faith. And they were shocked that I didn't get like 20 years. I still had 20 years. Robert still 20 years.
They could easily got
20 years. So when I got out of that, I wound up doing Bible study in the prison, teaching the inmates about Bible. I ain't know nothing. God just dropped it on me as I was just being a willing vessel. We started a church and there were inmates, and I was over it. And I never looked back. I came home. I never looked back.
Okay, cool.
And it's been, you know what I mean? I've been married for 31 years, one wife. I got 5 grandkids, and I love it. This is a new life, and God is He do what He say He gonna do. Yeah, so that was my turning point. Then I had a son, but my son was just born too. When I went in, and I said, Lord, I'm trying to add up how old I'm gonna be how old he gonna be able to come home.
I'm trying to add up. You 31 years. How many wives I done had, right? I done had about. I don't know. I'm trying to add up while you doing the math. I'm trying to do my math.
Why we got 38 years?
Lost. I said 31 years because I met my wife on the job, so at Howard. But I was volunteering there. See, this is another thing too. I was volunteering there when I met my wife. They wouldn't hire me.
Okay.
But I remember a dude years ago volunteered at this place and they hired him. Right. That's how I got hired at Howard. I volunteered first. And then I met my wife. We got married a year later, and it's been 31 years now, and I'll be the glory.
That's
you know
cool.
Yeah.
Like I say,
so that was the turning point, man. I was that when they had all those newspapers all through Virginia, Life, and then and capital murder and all that kind of stuff. If they didn't drop one of the charges, that's capital murder. Right. When you kill somebody in the process of robbery, that's considered capital murder in Virginia.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
So what you say about the capital murder? What?
In Virginia, Commonwealth State, if you kill somebody or somebody get killed in the process of you robbing somebody, that's considered capital murder. And that's death penalty. Okay. They can put that on the table automatically.
So do you know why they call it a capital murder?
I still have no clue why they call it capital murder.
You sure?
I still don't know. I never.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell us.
Okay. When you're born into this system, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get a box. The box holds Social Security.
Right.
The reason why you get that Social Security
is really practical. Really got money. You got money account.
Mm-hmm.
Like still stop to everybody. They
Right.
never tell us. You go to a job, you mom papers, you have to fill out time. You only need this time. They're paying you from your account. Right? Then they take insurance out on something happens. They gonna get paid again.
Yeah.
But they call it a capital murder because you belong to the government.
Mm-hmm.
You sign your birth certificate for your baby.
Right.
Now mother and father signed out. Signing our kid over to the government. If you don't believe me, how you think if mistreat your kid, they can come and take your kid?
They come get it.
Lock you up or put you in a drug program, but somebody else raised you. It's because they belong to the government. That's why they send you to a public school to teach you how to read and write so you can get a job, work, and pay tax.
Right.
Because we owe, like Queen Elizabeth back in the 30s when we was in that Great Depression, they bailed us out. So they came up with this way where we could get out. We pay tax. IRS not even in America, so another country. Half people don't know that. So, with that being said, what is capital? Capital is money. So you go out there and you shoot somebody and kill somebody. That means government not gonna get their money.
Right.
So they're gonna charge you for a capital crime. So that's why they call it capital crime. It ain't about they really care about that person.
Right.
They ain't make no more money, y'all. The
Money
person
law.
dead now.
Right.
So they're gonna lock you up for life.
Right.
And they're gonna get their service in jail.
See, that's another thing.
That labor.
That's another
Yeah.
thing. That's another thing. Jail is just number labor. When I was in
Jail
the
is slavery.
jail
It's
penitentiary,
supposed, it's supposed to be.
I was a road gang.
It's supposed to be rehabilitation.
No, I was in a road gang. I was in a road gang.
It's
With-
slavery, man. They
with
get free work.
Right now, because even with the false price right now, the rich people, a lot of them out there just realizing that they've been sending inmates to do the work. You know, they on the front line fighting the fires. You know that, right? The inmates.
No, I know.
See, people don't know that. But they found out, the rich people found out that they getting paid $1 an hour. I said, well, they got a raise because we was getting 30 cents an hour when they sent us out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, they got a raise because they was giving us 36 cents an hour.
Labor. Jail.
10 hours a day working in the digging ditches and all that. So they out there fighting the fires right now. And the rich people just realizing that the inmates do work for nothing. So this education, I thank you for that, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
All
now,
thing you gotta do.
everything's about the dollar,
Yeah.
the capital. Like you said, go back to the
Yeah.
dollar bill.
Yeah.
For the love of money. Not money, for the love of money is what all.
Yeah. So that's that money from this capital.
Yeah.
But see now, whenever we get as people we are,
Mm-hmm.
we know how to manipulate, how to do shit.
Mm-hmm.
So even though money, tax, doing all this, they want to put everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's why they want to do away with the paper dollar.
Yeah.
It's all about they want to be able to control it.
Right.
What you do and count. You know, and like we got these phones, they want to see no more pay phones. Like we got these computers, that big stereo, speakers, play albums, and with the sets, DVD. So they don't do that no more. Everybody got the earbuds in, listen to the music on the computer.
The earbuds now is listening to your conversations too.
Yeah.
You record them.
Almost everything. So it's all about control, right? So it's really us against them. So like I said, we just kind of people always find out how to get around stuff. And no matter what they do, they'll get them.
Well, I just found out that the majority of the people that's invested in prisons are the record label.
Okay. But
All the record labels are invested in the prisons.
Yeah,
Because that's why they control the lyrics.
Yeah.
The lyrics send young boys to stealing and robbing and teach them how to shoot guns and they go to prison and make money.
The
video videos, They control that. That's why
Yeah.
you come with something positive, they look at you like you crazy. You come in with a rap that's positive and talk about building your people up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's just how it is.
They got money invested in the prisons. They want you to go there.
Yeah. And once you start learning these things, the whole system set up. It's basically a lie. If you're a doctor, right? Go to school, still be a doctor, and the kids still be a doctor. But you got to come out with them. I came out with cures at the end of the day.
Wow, miss.
Yeah.
Because these sick people, I worked them. One time they laid 500 people off in the hospital I worked on because the numbers was people wasn't coming in. But check it out, that other thing came out. It was hard for them getting that money. Right? Even the jail system was talking about.
Yeah.
People stopped going to jail. Don't need no wardens, don't need no lawyers, you need no security guard. It's like a whole system is fixed.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so everything, like I say, is a business. It's all about that money. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to get rid of crime. Get rid of crime, what happened? But see, I had an enlightenment years ago. I'll go out there again for the guys ones that can catch it. But I seen spaceships posted like 300 sitting, and I was walking. I stayed. I just going my dog there. You know, I'm sitting up there. Like, oh yeah, then what happened was, tell them what happened was, wasn't no more police. Like, you got police, Abe and all that. Aliens that came down took over. They got to a point where they was about close, I don't know, like or something. They was messed up, stuff was down. So they had to come down and take control, keep us in check. And they could read our mind. We could do some kind of, we couldn't lie to them. Like, but people weren't locking their doors no more, wasn't no more crime, everything. So, you know, I was like, that was a good thing, right? And it was like, it could have been way before I was working. It might have been 8, 9 years. This.
Yeah.
So now what you always hear about.
Yeah, all the
You
time.
used to talk like that.
Yeah.
So that's really on the way. Cause see, I can't see man
Yeah.
coming together and do the right.
Tell them
All
about
these
what I
years.
shared with you guys about my vision, my dream I had about the aliens. Remember? I told you about that. But they asked me to use my
Oh
cable
yeah,
cord.
you can tell. Go ahead.
So I had a dream that not on the level of Ghost, but Ghost kind of explained to me like what he thought it meant. So I had a dream one night. It was before COVID. It was probably about 7 years ago. So I had a dream that I went in my living room and it was aliens knocked on my balcony. And I opened the balcony. It was 3 aliens. And they stepped in. I was like, oh, what y'all doing? They ain't never talked. They just stepped in. And one of them said, I need to use your cable cord, like to my TV.
So when they didn't talk, you just heard it in the head.
No, only one of them spoke to me.
Oh,
The rest of them, the other one just stood there and was looking. And they didn't talk at first. They just barged in. And I said, hold on, man, what y'all doing? Right? And then the one talked like English. He said, we need to use your cable cord. And I said, nah, man, you can't use my cable cord. If you use my cable cord, my TV not gonna work without my cable. And then they looked at each other, and then they just pushed me out the way. And I said, hold on. And I had a bag of golf clubs by the balcony. So I picked up one and started hitting him. And it like he ain't hurt him, he ain't ducked, he ain't put his arm up or nothing. They just unhooked all the cable wire from my TV and left out. They left my TV, all that stuff. They wanted all the cord, the white cord. And they left out. I said, man, my TV not gonna work, man. What are y'all doing? They just left, right? And then I just stood there like I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't hurt. I tried to hurt them. I couldn't. But my bedroom was way in the back. I woke up and I sat up and then I jumped out of bed and I went down the hallway and I went to my living room.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing wrong with my cable cords, TV, my golf club was there. It looked like everything was exactly like I visioned, except all my stuff was right there. And I was like, man, what in the world is going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. Like I said, I told him before. But I ain't gonna tell you what I think. I'll give you something to come back for. I might tell you next round when you come back next round. All right. So he does stage plays. Huh? He does plays too also. Yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful. So that's when you told me about your play, I don't want to get out of here. Let's talk about this play. Tell them about it's called Family Affair. The wedding. Okay. Well, you say it's Family Affair, the wedding, because this is actually part 2. That's the count. Yeah, this is actually part 2. Part 2 of play Robert did. Okay. So in the first part was some kids and they grown up. So this play is we try to put subliminal messages in everything we do, because I'm learning now that with youth and with people now, you can't just get on the mic and preach hell to them and keep preaching this to them. Don't do this, do that. You got to do it in other ways now. You got to give them messages, positive messages. Like man was talking, and we was talking about how the positive message came through the performance. Right. So that's what we do in this. So even in this here, it's some good messages, positive. And this is about our 9th play. I mean, Bowie is a wonderful place to do plays at. And also, so y'all do like one play a year, or y'all twice, 2 a year. So we never did radio. We never did radio. We sell out because Gil, him and his wife Pam, Gil Nelson, they come from the streets like us. So they used to do parties back in the day and comedy back in the day. So they crowd, in the 90s. Right. When they first came to our first play, they're like, oh, everybody I ain't seen in a long time there. So it's like a reunion when they come to our place. So we don't have the press to sell tickets. People call. I got my phone blinking off the hook right now. $60 people can't wait to go. But every time we go, we have the whole production. We have a DJ in the lobby. We have food. We have a live band. We have an opening act, and we just do the whole production. Let me tell you something. The stage That's itself. Good. I didn't even know about that. Yeah, the stage itself. You can mingle before. Yeah, right. We have before and after. Playing, kicking. Before party and after party, yeah. Then they do like a little. We have these like the backdrop. They do like a little half in the movie, like I'm not moving, but the play they got a break. Yeah, like you, for instance. For this one, you probably been in the lobby interviewing people from your show. Okay, yeah, that's what we do. We have people in the lobby from different. Okay, that'll work. We did all that. We had the whole night. People love it. So you be like, this is goes from. So we gonna get together. Gonna allow y'all be in there just interviewing people. Okay. So we have another dude this something like Spotlight or something. He interviewed, because we have a lot of celebrities in our place too. People that's known that's really doing some big things. Okay. And so we do good production. When I think, sometimes you think about black people, you think, oh man, I'm gonna go support them, but it ain't gonna be nothing. You know what I mean? But even our stage production, the lady and the husband team that does the decorate our stage, they're some of the top designers in this area. Okay. $1 million houses. Right. So imagine what our stage look like. Right. We don't cut no corners, so people love that. When that curtain open, bam, what? Yeah, you know what I mean? That's how it's true. Yeah, so we've been doing it for 4 years, and we had no problem. People come, they love it, and they tell other people every time. So yeah, it's a family affair. It is. So we're not doing move family affair. So y'all just look to do it that one particular time, or do y'all try to sell it or take it on the road? Y'all don't do nothing. No. We plan on going on the road, but right now, my buddy Gil, him and his wife, who is the writers of this, they really has blown up to. Right now, he's shooting a film in Baltimore now. Oh, okay. So then we're going to Atlanta. We're going to Atlanta this summer and shoot a movie, our first movie. Now, he shot a lot of movies for other people. Okay. Like I said, he shot for Double Cross. He was the cameraman that shot Bob Johnson's first network, All Black. Okay. And it's a place down there called Conspirators. It's a movie called Conspirators. He was director for that for us shooting that. So we do a lot of things now. It's like you said, a vision. You start somewhere and you already know where you want to go. So now we started, and God is taking us now to the movie scene. Our own movies. Right now, because I always think about, they talk about plays, I always think about how Tyler Perry started. Yeah, but that's how he started. He was on the road with him. Yeah, and he used to do churches and stuff. Yeah. And but he had them productions
you know, he would give you a message that had comedy in it.
Yeah.
And because I think about too, a lot of times when I see like, you know, you got big movies, when they spend a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Then you got your low budget movie, right? Mm-hmm. So I was saying to myself, nah. I was thinking, why a lot of these black movies, right, low budget movies, always gotta be about drugs, killing.
Because that's
women.
what they think.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. They think what the black life is about.
Yeah, you know I mean? Like you see one of them, you damn near seen all of them, but I think why Tyler Perry blew up like he did, because he was doing plays, right? And his plays wasn't about drugs. Yeah, I mean, he touch on something, but then there's a lot of comedy too. Yeah, right. But then he had people that can really sing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the whole production.
So the whole production was good, and I know he got turned down a lot of times. Everybody knows the story he told. But now to see where he at now, right? That I think it's outstanding.
I just worked for him on the first two plays. I just do all the
because you can advertising. You remember Dave Rubin, right? Mm-hmm. Back in the day, Dave Rubin and Joe Clark, they used to throw go-go's, right, down the High Theater and all over the city, all over the DMV. But Dave Rubin left and went to New York. He got played. He actually doing Tyler Perry played. And so production is production. Yeah. So he took what he did for Go-Go and he put it play, right? Mm-hmm. Plays and stuff is a business. Yeah. You can make money. Yeah. It's probably more complicated because you're dealing with a whole lot of people, a whole lot of different personalities. Yeah.
Well,
and then you need a budget.
Yeah.
So I think that's why a lot of people don't jump into it like that.
Right. Then you gotta have faith.
Because it's so much. Yeah.
You gotta have faith. You know what I mean?
So, but it also, you can do that, and like you said, they got a good thing going. They had the lobby, the DJ going on. People meet, tapping into that market, and that's a good thing. So, but once you learn business, right, we can support our own, and we have actually been doing that, since the beginning, for real. The slaves, they thing in the 30s, the 40s, 50s, 60s, like right now, rap. It wasn't those such thing, rap music back in the day, right? Got together, came up with something, scratch and all that. And then what the other people do? They came, took what we got, blew it up, like, and try to take ownership of the shit.
Right, that's what they do.
We got to come to them,
right,
to get our shit out there. But I do know they would like basically take you out of here. They be ready to do what they gotta do, protect their shit. When it's our shit, but that's just how, and we buy into it. But we don't need no other race but our race really to make it. Feel me?
Sometimes we're our worst enemies, though.
Huh?
Sometimes we are our own worst enemies.
We got buying too.
Sometimes
you always have that Judah sitting in the crowd.
Because it's hard. I get ready to say we got buy into each other, but it's difficult. I mean, being realistic, it's difficult to constantly try to support someone because if they're your family or friend, or just because they're your own race, just because of that. Because they pull you 3 steps back once you take some steps forward so much. You got to realize, like, you gotta see where you are and what your potential is, and be realistic. You know what I'm saying? So you have a choice. Like we all I grew up in Potomac Gardens, and
I grew up in Berry Farm.
And when in the summer, my sister and I, we was in South Philadelphia. Yeah. So, you get an opportunity to see this side of the street or that side of the street, the negative and the positive, right? So you get a chance as you start to develop in your stage and changes in life of what decision you gonna make.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as you get mature enough, you can pick the negative. You see the negative elements, but you also see the positive, and you got to pick. So
like you were saying earlier, y'all two when y'all was talking.
Yeah.
You was different, but you knew what you seen in your head. And I always tell people this all the time: go, faith and fear has one thing in common. They both require you to trust in something you can't see.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. They both require you to trust in something, believe in something you can't see.
But different.
You can't see it, but you feel it already. I can't do this. I ain't going. You mean?
But see, Pastor.
But you got to see it happen.
But different for me means something different.
Right.
Yourself, right? So I'm gonna tell you real quick, Ghost. 2 minutes. When I was a kid, right?
Keep talking. Is y'all hot or that's just me? I'm trying to understand.
When I was a kid, like I was always different.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm lead to why I started writing my play. Like when I was a kid, I sat in the window a lot. Mm-hmm. Like I would see kids playing, but I would sit in the window and I would play in the windowsill and I would prepare.
Yeah.
For some of the same stuff I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Right. My mom started buying me instruments, some that I play now, but then I broke them. She stopped buying us.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you why I was different, because I wanted to be, right, and because I felt different, and I didn't want to do everything that everybody. Not that I thought, because I was a kid, I didn't know what was better or not.
Right.
But I just felt that I wanted to stand back and just listen and see.
You had to be
right. And when I so as a young adult, as I mentioned earlier, I was going to my grandfather's church, Burning and Shining Light Church, right? And at my grandfather's church, they had, you know how you had like a revival certain day or the week or the night you had revival. So they had this revival thing. They called it I don't know if it was Spirit Night or something.
Right.
It was some years ago. But so I was sitting there and it was a youth while they was singing. They was doing some stuff. They had a speaker, and I was sitting there beside my mom, and I was like, every time they do this, they do the same thing. I say, it's always the same. I say they have a presented speaker, they have these somebody sing or something. I say, they do the same thing. And my mom said to me, she said, what you think they should do? And I said, I could write one of my plays. They could do a play one night for this. She said, okay, why don't you do that? Tell Granddad. And I said, okay. So after that night, I told my granddad. He said, okay. When I can't do his voice. Yeah, okay, grandson. All right, okay, you can do it.
Yeah.
So I went home that night and I started writing.
Yeah.
Because I had stuff in my mind and I started writing. So that was like on mid-week. So Sunday, I showed it to my mother. Mm-hmm. And she said, what is it? I said, did you tell me write a play? She said, you already did it? I said, yeah. Right.
I've been funny, man. I've been writing a book. I got it started and everything. First book I was gonna write, somebody stole my idea. They did a movie.
Yeah.
I was in the store. I told the lady.
Yeah, she was
in the store with the guy that he was doing the book stop.
Oh.
Matter of fact, it was at this mall when they had a big bookstore years ago.
Mm.
And so I said, I was writing a book and I stopped. He said, yeah, what was it about?
Oh, wow.
And I said, it's called Money, Power, and Respect. He was like, yeah. And I was telling her how I started and everything. They took and stole the idea and came out with we was in there like a year later or 8 months later.
That way
I seen the Money, Power, Respect. And then they did like a little low budget movie behind it. And it started out just like I said, they stole my book. So I got the same concept. I changed the name.
Yeah.
And I just got stuck. I just stopped. I was going through some transformation, just some other stuff I be going through, like medicine and all that.
Yeah.
And when I tell you everything about the frequency, you writing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I'm writing stuff. I'm in that zone.
Yeah. Me too.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't trying to be in the zone because it's basically like, hey, I came up basically my life story, but I changed it around and got different characters
of real life stuff that I seen with my own eyes.
Right.
Right? Can't nobody tell you a story like that. So,
Yeah.
and like I said, maybe I one day get picked back up, get into it.
Yeah, because I'm writing now too. I'm writing a book about my life, but think about it is I got 5 people who already want to do a movie on it.
Yeah. But I asked them
Because it's basically about my life. People don't know my father was missing out of my life for 45 years.
Wow. So
when he left, he told us he's leaving.
okay.
He said he was going to California, and my mother had 6 kids. We lived in a very poverty town. I was about 6. So he told my mother he was going to take the 2 older boys with him. He had 4 boys, 2 girls. So she moved to California because they had been going through a divorce. Couldn't handle it. So make a long story short, my 2 brothers out on the porch in Berry Farm waiting for him. 6 in the morning. All I know is my mother come out on the porch and get them. It's 9 at night, dog. He never showed up. But from that, he never showed up. We ain't heard or seen him in 45 years. So we started investigating. Where he at? Where happened? Keep in mind, his mother's still here. She got 3 brothers, 2 sisters. Nobody heard from him. So we had investigators. They said Social Security number not active. We don't know. He could be locked up. He wasn't locked up. He could be dead. He couldn't figure out was he dead. But the back of the long story short, the book is called Lost but Found. After 45 years, nobody known that. I done buried his mother. I did her eulogy, 2 of his brothers' eulogy, his sister's eulogy. He still got 2 brothers alive. He still got 2 sisters alive. But make a long story short, my wife got a call from Maine saying we have somebody that might be some kin. The mother said, who? Said his name Timothy. My wife said, well, my husband got a brother named Timothy. He said, no, he's a senior. You know what it was? It was my father. When I found out he was alive, nobody heard nothing from him.
So what, he just left everybody? What he said?
Yeah, just left everybody. No, let me tell you what happened. It's crazy. Anybody know me and my wife? For 35 years, we got one of the biggest homeless ministries. We go hard for the homeless. We put them in places to get them help and all that. We feed them, we do all that. Everybody know this. Come to find out, he was mentally.
Mental.
He had mental problems.
Right.
And guess what else he was? All them years. Walking the streets homeless. Me and my wife doing homeless ministry. I never knew why I had the passion for it. God knew that my father was walking the streets homeless. But making it so he collapsed. That's how we found him. He had cancer. He collapsed in the store. They put him in this mental health place. And he remember he had 6 kids. He remember all our names.
Oh, wow.
But I'm the only one that was able to contact because I had the same number of 30 years. We went out there and got him.
Yeah.
He got on medication. He was like homeless all them years.
That's crazy.
I just buried his mother at 99 years old. His brother, none of them ever heard from
But
him.
at least God brought him back in your life.
Yeah, brought him back, and he's lived his last 3 years. He was like,
When I hear stories like
that was his best years ever.
I always try to get.
We nursed him back to health. Nobody cussed him out. Nobody blamed him or nothing.
Yeah.
We all loved him. All 6 kids. You got to have one of the biggest Thanksgiving with all his great grandkids and grandkids and his wife. But they never got divorced. And my mother never got divorced.
Yeah, because I was trying to make
write a book on that.
sense out of stuff. That'd be a good book.
Yeah, you mean?
Because when I send them, I like guy like in my book. I'm like a big chapter.
Yeah,
So my sister's like, you got to get this stuff out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. But she write a bunch of poems. She got a book. So she say, told me how to do it.
Mhm.
So in the mail, I read it. So when they send me the thing back, so if they're interested in publishing, well,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I showed it to her. She said, they ain't sending up my publishing my book. I said, I don't know. But then I talked to some people, and they told me, don't get them to write the publish the book. They publish.
they got the money.
So,
They control all. I got all that.
but I just
all
got to
the time.
get back motivated.
Yeah.
I ain't even really tripping off of it. So,
Yeah, we talk about that
that,
motivation.
just to me, that was a low frequency part.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't really trying to really put it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But somebody will see that different too. Like I would see that and see it something totally different.
Yeah.
I might not see the low frequency.
Yeah.
Like the one of the reasons why when I was saying when I wrote my first play, it's called The Power of Prayer, right?
Mhm.
And the reason why I wrote it is because, in church and that spirit night, that's what they call it, spirit night.
Yeah.
Like people was receiving Christ at the end of that service or whatever. And that's really why people go to be delivered, right? So I wrote that play for that specific reason.
Right.
Not because it was like the first play. It wasn't the first story I wrote.
Right.
but it was the first one I transformed to a play.
Right.
And the reason why, so I'm gonna tell you, the reason why I don't have a video, like some of the other videos, the links expires or something. But the reason why I don't have a video to that is because this play was called The Power of Prayer, right? So towards the end, some stuff happened in this family. The father lost his job to downsizing. The mom they took care of their niece. They had 3 kids of their own, so they had some challenges, right?
Yeah.
The kids had to relocate from the private school they was going to go to the public school in their neighborhood because they didn't have the money no more.
Right.
So they was pulled back and forth through some bullying and some other stuff. That go later to my show called Bully.
Yeah.
But in this play, towards the end, so the son wound up getting shot by a girl in the play. So there's a hospital scene with operation, all this stuff. So on Sunday morning, that family was in the church service in my grandfather's church. Right. Listen to this go. So the cast they all had on black. So it was Sunday morning. So remember, these teenagers that was the cast members for this play were the youth choir. They were the youth singers in the church. So they had a Sunday service. So a minister in my grandfather's church, I implemented in the play. So he came out and did a prayer for that family.
Right.
So the cast, like with the church. So I believe when you get that many people in front of you, you could give them anything. Right? It's your chance to talk to them and really speak to them differently than just a regular service. Like you said. So anyway, the cast of them teenagers sat down in front. So as he started to pray, he asked the church, let's pray for this family, for this kid. Nobody never said, did the kid die or was he in the hospital or nothing. They just said, let's pray for this family.
Right.
The Rush, it was called the Rush family. So these kids stood up and sang a song. So what happened was the minister did an altar call to receive prize. So the kids in the play supposed to step up and came down and receive prize.
Other people did.
And I was in the back.
Yeah.
So the people in the audience start coming down, man.
I'm scared of folks that don't do altar call because that's what it's all about. It ain't about your preaching, it ain't about how good you think you sound. It ain't about your movement. It's about souls being saved.
Souls being saved. So that's why I wrote that show. Yeah. And people start coming down. My granddad had to come down. They had to minister to all these people. And I was in the back looking like, what is going on? What do they know? What is? Because it was still another scene to the play.
No, the purpose that was being done.
But I had to realize that. I had to realize that from the back because I wasn't in that scene.
Right.
I had to realize that. And when I realized it, I said, oh my God. Yeah. But so let me tell you, when everything cleared out, I just ended it. I just came out, I just did it, called the cast out and stuff. But there was a guy. Remember I said, I don't have video of this. There was a guy that I hired to film that show. So when I saw it, I was like, what is this? What happened? And one of the little girls said, Mr. Dirk, I said, why this video like this? Because I'm still in business, but I'm still in my mind like, okay, do this right. I say, why this is recorded like this? Why is this missing? She said, oh, Mr. Dirk, that man you had to record the show, I think he turned on the machine and came down for prayer.
Wow.
And I say,
something that prayer hit him.
Yeah, and I looked at him and I say, well, it was called The Power of Prayer.
That's right.
And she said, oh yeah, it was. And I say, I can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? It's the power. Everything you think you're supposed to do.
She said that man that was recorded set that machine on. No, it was just a white screen. She said, I think he set it on the floor. He came down.
Man, I thank you for having us, man. This has been wonderful.
Hey, man. This is going to
be the first of a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people was educated on a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
I was educated. I'll be the first to say it.
Okay, well, cool. If I do, the knowledge I get, I like to spread it on because
no one knows it all. And that's the problem with some people. They think they know everything.
Right.
Once I know that, I only argue
because
it drains energy out.
Yeah, it does.
You know, so but I'm willing to talk and listen, and then sometimes to shut myself up because I don't like going out and talk. But yeah, man, that's what the show about: community, spirituality,
music. That's 3 things I like focusing. And I figured those 3 you touch all areas. You feel me?
Yes. Yeah.
And I had a guy on here some years ago, and he was a so-called Christian. He was a Christian. I'm gonna tell you his name off the mic for right now. I'm just gonna say this guy.
Yeah.
And he came on the show, right? And this wasn't this show, it was the show 2 Go Radio I had with him. And you know, we got crystals, we burn incense, sage, we in the metaphysics, numerology, spirit God, stuff like that, right? So he came in here, man, with his nose turned up, right? And was throwing little curves, right? So midway of the show, I was like, man, I'm not taking no more little stick. Those things he was trying. Yes. So when he said something, I hit him back because I know the word too. I was raised in the church, right? And I set up some of the best preachers out there, absorbing all that stuff in, right? So we got to go on, you know, and every time you say something, I'll come back with something. And before you know it, and when he left up out of here, he said, man, I just want to shake your hand. It ain't about my hand. It's about stop thinking you better than our people.
Well, that's my whole thing with me.
You understand what I'm saying?
My whole thing with me is that even if a person is wrong, don't mean I'm better than them.
Right.
Even if they're wrong.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality you got to understand. Some people put in those of people that they doing this, they got this. They don't even understand the whole concept of nothing. They're just judgmental.
Yeah.
About everything.
Yeah. So
that kind of blue, you know what I mean?
That's told you that. I'm still on that, right? I'm still on that, though. But some of the people told you that, right? You ain't asking why is it devil worship or why is demonic or
no, because I like what you said. I like what you said. Let's get a discussion on it and bring her in.
Yeah.
And then have discussion. And I think it'll be a good discussion.
Right.
Because some people won't get an understanding. Some people, I mean, the Bible saying all you get is get an understanding, right?
Yeah. So what about, okay, like I say, a gun? Is a gun evil or is it the person with the gun?
The person with the gun.
Gun can't shoot itself.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So and he said something too. He said something too. I sit over here. And then a lot of times, even with the content of scriptures, you got to know what was said, when it was said, why, what took place in that time. Because people don't know something. Like, when they say women be quiet in church, men sit on one side of the church back in the day, and women sit on the other side.
And my grandmother, when she came to pastor,
what did he say? And like,
my grandmother had to leave the church because the Lord called her to preach. Mm-hmm. Back then, there wasn't no woman in the pulpit. And then he called a second time, and she ain't do it because there wasn't no woman. So he's telling it's the 3rd time, I'm not coming back no more.
Because a lot of people leave.
So she went and did it. And then when she was in the church like turning their nose up at it or whatever, and then they let her preach a sermon, whatever. But one of the other preachers passed the church said, look, I'm leaving. Right? Start my own church. I would love to have you. Mm-hmm. Do they call our pastor?
Social pastor.
Yeah. And she said, yeah.
Assistant pastor.
And they went and it like blew up from there. Yeah. But so it's
everybody got
crazy,
religion,
man, how people do.
You got to,
So with that being said, man, Ray, we want to thank you.
Yeah. Ray, so we're looking forward to having you on Big TV Network, man. We got a network, Big TV Network. We've been out 5 years.
Okay.
We on Roku. We got like over 60 channels. Africa, everywhere, man.
Oh, for
real? On there. Yeah.
Big TV, that'll work.
We have all the celebrities do advertising for us.
Call me up and like you said, it was a good one. You want to say something to people right quick? Somebody talking about
Yes, sir.
Sit down, Mike.
So sit down real quick. Come back, Ghost.
I'm all right now.
So this is what I usually do. Like when I do my report, I call it. Me and Ghost, we're gonna call it the Shield Report, right? So it's one thing I want to say to everybody real quick, just to show and talk to the audience and just encourage them to continue to be encouraged. Be no matter what your challenge is, no matter what is going on around you, because I know it's a lot, right?
Right.
But have some perseverance, and I encourage everyone to just continue. You have strength to use it, not because you get challenges just because you're being punished, but open your eyes and see what's going on around you, and try to make the best decision for you and your family, right? And that's just my encouragement for whatever reason today. Not because of all the tragedies that happened this week. And just to touch on that, I had to, and stay in touch with your family, friends. I had to call some of my cousins last night, Ghost, in Philadelphia. I was telling you, there was another tragedy with an airplane last night in Philadelphia. I talked to 4 of my cousins, the younger ones. 2 of them didn't even know about it. They in Philadelphia, right? But I did my part. I called all of them, and they okay. But connect. We need to connect with each other, right? I just wanted y'all to just share, like, inspire somebody more than we already did today.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I got just pray, just stay in prayer and just trust God, and just keep your relationship strong with God. Don't worry about the exterior. Just worry about what's going on with you and your God, and you'll be all right. Like Dirk say, just check on your people, love on your people, and stay in prayer.
Yes, I believe that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I was asked a question a while back, Ghost, and they asked me, say, Pastor, like, you always take a lot of rough road. I say, who told you there was another road to take?
Right.
Because sometimes, your hand is dealt to you what it is, and you make the best of it. So I just say, just be family oriented and pray for each other. Let's just pray for each other and build each other up. And I think we can be a better people through that.
Come on, Ghost. Ghost gonna close us out.
So what I want to say, we got all these big people here gave y'all advice, y'all grown men. My advice to y'all is, if you find yourself looking at the news, what Trump doing, I think Trump was here. We're here to shake us up so we can know who we really need to be trusted. Don't fall for them delusions, whatever, because at the end of the day, God got the last say so. And if you in the word, don't beat people up with the word, because that'll run people away from the word. And just try to, help the young people coming up. Help anybody really, but most young people need our guidance, because I remember I was the young person. I was the young person. Now the older people gone.
Yes.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And I look at some of these young people, they ain't got a clue. You might think they got a clue. And then when you be talking to them, like, huh?
Right.
So that fall on us. So the ones that want to listen, we got to like these videos and these tapes. One day we gonna be gone, but this information, like when I look at Dick Gregory, when he died, or people that got that knowledge, damn, all that knowledge gone. Feel me?
Yeah.
So we got to be the ones, and when you learn something, don't try to keep it yourself. So hopefully today y'all learn something from this podcast. Like he said, he learned about why they called it a
capital
punishment.
Yeah.
So there's a lot you can learn by reading and how the system was set up. The system wasn't set up for us.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So once you learn these things, you know how to move different. And we all we got, but we all we need.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
All right, that's what.
Let's leave with one scripture. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths.
There you go.
Yes.
Right.
Hey.
Peace.
Yeah. Yes.